Hello, Rams. Welcome back to another episode of Ram Report. I'm your host, James Wolfe. As always, bringing you the Hightstown Scoop. So far, the 2021 and 2022 season have been a success for the HHS winter sports teams. Here's Matt Salter with an update.
Winter sports has been having a very successful season so far for HHS. To start, girls basketball is having one of the best seasons they've had in a long time. They are 18-5 in the regular season and have also won their division. They've clinched the second seed in MCTs and even the first seed in the state playoffs. The team has been led by Kyler Glasser-Hyman, who is averaging over 20 points per game, and also Abby Miser, who has been averaging 12 points per game and 13 rebounds per game. It'll be exciting to see how far the girls can go in MCTs and states. Boys basketball is also having a very impressive season as well, as they have finished the regular season 12-8. With two huge back-to-back wins a few weeks ago against Petty and Notre Dame. The boys are the third seed in MCTs and fifth in the state playoffs. The team has been led by Aiden Hogan, who is averaging 15 points per game, and Keenan Reese, who is averaging 13 points per game. Hopefully, the boys can finish the year off strong. The wrestling team is once again having another phenomenal season. The boys are 14-8 and have many great individual performances. Brendan Hansen is 21-1 on the year, while Chris Stavro was undefeated at 22-0. The team was able to finish third in MCTs with two first-place finishes by Hansen and Stavro. It'll be interesting to see which boys will be able to go far in the state playoffs. And to wrap the segment up, swim has already ended. The boys were able to finish over 500 with the winning record, and both the girls and boys were able to go to the trip to the state playoffs. Congrats to all the swimmers on a successful season. That officially wraps up my update on winter sports. Make sure to tune in to all these teams as their seasons come to a close. I'm Matthew Salter with the Ram Report. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. Hopefully the teams have a good ending to the year. Speaking of athletes, students whose sports are currently in the off-season have been lifting and getting ready in the HHS weight room. And so can you. Here's Jason Nacionales with more details.
Fitness is a common New Year's resolution and is a growing trend for teenagers in the U.S. However, many students don't have the money for a gym membership, or they don't even know where to start with their fitness journey. Luckily, here at Hightstown, we have a weight room available for students and student athletes to use. The weight room is located inside the annex gym of Hightstown High School. Some of the equipment in the weight room include ellipticals, dumbbells, squat racks, stationary bikes, medicine balls, benches, and jump ropes. Across from the weight room is another set of barbell racks. If you happen to be more focused on athletics, you can always exit the weight room and use the basketball court. If you are using the weight room, it's important to be mindful of others using the equipment as well. The weight room is usually open from 2:30 to 4 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Students must sign in and late bus passes will be provided. If you have any questions, you can always ask Miss Biondi. Well, it's time for me to hit the weights. Back to you in the studio, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jason. Hopefully students will take the opportunity to work out after school. As many of you know, Groundhog Day is the beginning of February. As the legend says, if the groundhog comes out of his burrow and sees his shadow, he gets scared. Wait, no, hold on. If he comes out and he sees his shadow, that means more snow. I don't know. Let's go right to Jesse Restucci and find out the real story.
Good morning, Hightstown. I'm Jesse Restucci with your segment on Groundhog's Day. Today we'll be reviewing Punxsutawney Phil's coming predictions for February 2nd for this season. I mean, his inaccurate predictions. Statistically, Phil is only 35 to 41% correct each time, and that is frighteningly low. As Rams, we need to better our community, and a part of that is getting some weather predictions correct. So let's get to work. So today, we're here at the local park to hopefully find a new animal mascot for Groundhog's Day, and maybe one that can actually get weather predictions right. Let's get into the interviews.
Jesse, animals don't speak English. It's cold. What are we doing here?
We're going fishing.
It's too shallow for there to be any fish.
You're just not looking close enough. What's your favorite type of wood?
I'm gonna have to say birch.
Do you prefer running or riding a bike?
I prefer riding a bike.
Do you prefer summer or winter?
Fall.
Well, unfortunately, the students of Hightstown were short of answers.
You didn't ask them any good questions.
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm just not okay with losing to a gopher.
It's literally called Groundhog Day. How could you be so stupid? This.
Well, I guess we're just forever doomed to inaccurate information. There's no real accurate way to predict the weather. Hey, it's my shadow. I think I feel a little winter coming on. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jesse. It's disappointing to see we are going to have 6 more weeks of winter. On this week's episode of Students with a Small Business, we actually highlight a teacher with a business instead. Here's Danny Alexandre with the story.
In exploring the entrepreneurial spirit here at Hightstown High School, we've broadened our horizons. We found a language arts teacher, Miss Elgendi, who has a small business of her own. Let's go to Little Key Coffee Shop and learn more about it.
So I'm Miss Legendi, as most students know. I co-own Tangled and Twined with my best friend. Before it was Tangled and Twined, it was Aya's Arrangements, which is my first name. And so, yeah, it's a flower business.
Miss Elgendi explained the comical nature behind her business's name.
Because we're messy. Every time we work, we always end up all over the place. So, hence the Tangled. And then alliteration, Tangled and Twined. So that's why we went with the double T.
Every business has its own unique mission. We asked Miss Elgendi what hers was.
As of now, it's just a side business. It's a hobby. So what we did is we took the hobby and we turned it into something that we genuinely love. But other than that, we don't never gonna open a store, never gonna open a shop or anything like that. Most likely just gonna work out of an open space to cater to different events.
Being a teacher and an entrepreneur is a lot to juggle. Miss Elgendi explained to us how she finds time.
Divide and conquer. So if you have, my partner is very good with social media. So she controls our Instagram page full force, and she's great at it. I'm good at communication. So I'll control the emails aspect, and I'll talk to the clients and things like that. So it's just knowing where your skills are and then using those skills to manage the company, I would say is probably your best bet.
Being a business owner comes with lots of ups and downs. Miss Elgendi explained to us what her favorite event to work so far has been.
Anything that requires something that we haven't done before. So we're big on backdrops, but a month ago we had to do this huge hanging arrangement, and it was 8 feet, and we had to hang it off of beams. So that was very stressful, but we managed to do it. So that was probably one of the best events that turned out.
From a blacksmith to a designer to a florist. This concludes our exploration into the entrepreneurial spirit here at Hightstown High School. This is Danny Alexandre signing off. Back to you at the studio, James.
Thank you, Danny. It is really cool seeing even teachers have their own small businesses. Well, that concludes this episode of the RAM Report. It has been awesome to provide you with the best news Hightstown has to offer. I'm James Wolf, and as always, have a ramtastic day.